Time to chat about how embarrassing kids can be. So one day Frank's standing there and he's looking at Dixie, my wife, and then he's looking at me, and then he looks at Dixie and he goes, "Dad, why have you got a big tummy?" And I was like, "It's because I've had too many beers, mate. I drink too many beers." I drop him off at school, walk in through the front door, and there's all these mums around, and Frank just goes, "Dad's belly's big because he drinks so many beers." I was like, "All right, Frank, you've had enough. Go back in the car, watch the iPhone." This is from Banjo Nojo. At school with his class, talking about what his parents do for a living, my now 23-year-old told his teacher, "My mummy smokes weed."
My kid shat his pants, thankfully I wasn't there. Picked her nose and ate it just as the Governor-General of New Zealand was about to shake her hand. When my grandmother was in the process of passing away in front of everybody, my kid said quietly, "When is Gran going to die?" And as you can imagine, everyone was a bit stressed and upset at the time. And I said, "Not sure, mate, not long." And his reply was, "Can I have her bed?" To which I replied, "Sure, mate, just keep it quiet." And he said, "Who's going to have her phone?"
That's going on his 21st speech. That's definitely going on that.
Atta boy.
My son was flying his toy Matchbox car while walking around in Road Vegas and proceeded to go around an elderly lady while hollering, "Get out of the way, bitch." He was 3.
In a grocery store, my 5-year-old decided to come up behind me and bury his nose in my butt, take a huge sniff, and then make gross faces and yell, "Your butt stinks, Dad."
My son shat in a display bathroom. We made a sharp exit. Oh, man.
While walking through a crowded shopping centre, my son shouted, "Super Gecko Punch," then right hooked me straight in the ball bag.
During a friend's family gathering, my son climbed upon a chair and opened up a high cupboard door, and all of his dad's adult magazines fell out in front of us. I didn't stop laughing for a week.
A cop visited kindy to talk about car safety. A kid piped up, "My dad doesn't wear a seatbelt." The cop said, "Did you tell your dad off?" The kid said, "I couldn't, he was on the phone."
My neighbour invited the kids over for a swim. My kid asked, "Hey, Mum, why does he have a bigger willy than Dad?" We were walking in the undercover ramp to the car park, and there were lots of people around, and my 4-year-old son yells out, "Mum, stop, wait, my undies are up my ass."
Another one here. I was at a cafe with my 3-year-old son. A guy walked in with a Mike Tyson-style tattoo on the side of his face and sat at the table next to us. My son said in his loudest possible voice, "Whoa, that man is drawn all over his face and he's going to need to wash that off before he goes to bed, eh, Mum?"
I was at the supermarket with my niece, who's 3 years old. She was sitting in the fold-down trolley seat thing. She points at this lady who, bless her, was fairly obese. My niece shouts, "Auntie, why does that lady have boobies on her back?" I was mortified. I was at a gymnastics competition years ago in Taupo. I was standing up at the front doing prize giving, and my 12-year-old son walks past me and squirted his water bowl all over my crotch area. I had light blue jeans on, and it looked like I'd peed my pants. Everyone burst into laughter.
We were out visiting friends recently, and my son was telling everyone that nobody cooks at Nana and Granddad's house anymore since Nana gapped it. They asked me, "What does that even mean? Where'd she go?" I had to tell them that she's now dead.
A couple of years ago, I was dating someone who had kids. I took her 3-year-old son out in my MX-5. He was loving it. So he dropped the top and racked a cheeky skid or two. I told him, "Don't tell Mum." Guess what's the first thing he does when he gets home? "I liked it when the car does big spins."
My 4-year-old son on the bus, when walking down the aisle and people were in front of him, he yelled, "Out of the way, sheep shagger." Good on you, Toyota.
Amazing.